This and full screen and a pause. Okay. Hold up. Hey, do the first part again.
Sorry.
And also remember on these or on these, you don't want to turn too far. It's just a little bit.
I'm still turning too far.
Not quite 45 degrees. Almost 45 degrees. You know.
Okay.
Go ahead and start from here, though. Good. Yeah, that's much better. A little easier, right?
I think so. I don't know what I was doing before.
Oh, right.
I feel like I'm gonna turn 90 degrees, whichever way that was here. Is that gonna make me going the right direction?
Let me see.
Oh, I guess I should go this way from here.
Good. So here, on that part, I just want to remind you here, you don't want to just go to here like this. You want to use that turn. Same as the other move. It's the same on this first one. When you go, it goes to here. You don't want to go too low. It goes to about solar plexus, maybe a little lower than solar plexus, and then it pops up here. But on this move, same thing, but it's here and it clears like that. Now see this, just like when you box, you get this side out your way and punch. You do this, but you're doing more slow motion here. But you get this side out your way, and this will go by itself because you've gotten this side of your body out the way. And later on, there's some really cool arm locks that come off of this, but it's too hard to describe. I just have to show you. But to get power out of it, the whole idea is, right, you're not using this, you're using the body, using the leg and the waist to turn. So in this case, it goes here, instead of popping up, boom, into this move, it goes, well, it's different because this hand's doing something different, right? But this hand goes here, yeah. And then after it clears, then you go here. Not quite 45, it's too far. It's just almost 45, about 45 on this side, and back to your side. Yeah, this part you got pretty good. Almost like a jump. You really sink here. Oh. That's the same move as this, or the same move as if you do it this way. It's only you're just going. And you'll do it both sides in this form too. Sometimes, well, usually I'm just on this side, but there's one time when you do it on this side. But it's a good exercise just to do it by itself. I guess it's better to do one arm at a time. But anyways, yeah, let's get back to the form. That's you have that pretty good. It's a funny move to teach, and you already have that pretty good. So I don't want to correct that one. Just wanted to correct this part because, like, if there's no intent here, it's like you miss out on all this. And there's a lot of stuff you can do with this, like from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. There's a lot of different things to do. And then plus, that's getting this whole side of the body out of the way. So this will hit.
Okay.
So yeah, that was the main thing. Is this? I'm sorry, a little. It's not quite that low. It's more like it's more here. If I'm facing you, it's like here. Now it's like here, but you're pushing down, but you're not already pushed down, but there's not much extension left. It's like you're here. So let's say someone's under you, you're not stuck here, like where you're already done here. You still have, you still have more options because you're more in your center here as opposed to below it or above it. In the center here. Yeah. It might be a little lower than that, but not much. It's called brush knee, so you actually do end up going lower. But what makes you go lower is not having the hand down here. What makes you go lower is having the hip here's that this way. Right. But I wasn't really putting a lot of that into it yet because I don't know, I just rather do a higher stance and just go as low as you feel comfortable. And then after we get the whole basic frame of the form, then we start putting a little extra power and stuff like that. And it's just safer and easier to learn that way. And if you're just doing this here, I mean, that's you always want to kind of bend at the waist anyway, the hips, I mean, they kind of, like they're not locked at all, right? They're super loose, so you can change real easily, right? You don't want it locked. They're loose so that the hips and shoulders are super loose so that the waist and legs can be active. The legs are already active and the waist is always kind of active, but not the hips. The hips are loose so you can, so the energy will flow free through it so it doesn't get locked up, right? Where the steering wheel, the waist is like the steering wheel using the power. The legs are the actual motor where the power comes from, right? But the waist is what powers it, So anyways, how do I go? Go ahead. So That's it. That's it. That's it. So you're not really using the arm. It's right. It's the waist. That's it. Good. 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 It's really like that in all the moves here. Right. You twist back, twist forward. Right. You land. You kind of wind up to go. As you do this, as the left hip drops, you're all wound up. And the other hip, you step, and then pow, so you're wound up to go the other way. You land like you're going here, boom, boom, right? Boom, boom, dropping the knee. But at the same time, you're wound up this way. My waist is wound up this way. So that you unwind and then come back. Yeah. So it unwinds, but then of course it settles back. So it doesn't go like this, right? It goes here, settle. Because at the end of every move you go settle. Same idea. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Or the second one, right?
So.
Oh. Well, that's fine.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead and do another one more. That's fine. That's it. Yeah, that takes a minute. That takes a minute. That's it. That's it. That's it. Uh-oh, was that my phone or someone trying to join? That was my phone. Never mind.
Okay. I was like,
On this
else?
part, on moves like this, on any of the moves really, but you want to come back, you can come back to the move and just sit there for 10 seconds, a minute, or whatever. Just really relax. But same here. You can go here, here. I'm on a rug, so I'll move my foot first and go here. Try to imagine there's a wall there. Relax. 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 And you're standing on something here, like a step. Relax. Relax. And then.
Yeah, that's so much better.
If you with one leg moves, you can do it on both sides a lot sometimes. You don't have to do it now, but when you're practicing, it's just because I'm practicing one leg strong and I get the other one strong. But that's a really good exercise to do though. Just here, and I would actually suggest go up to a wall and really relax and just yeah, I need a wall now. Relax and just really pull the wall there. That'll help you balance and stuff. And then do it without the wall, but feel that same, like an invisible wall there. And then what I do too is for this, my wife's not here, so she won't see me putting my feet on the furniture, but you do stuff like around this height or lower, and you just put your foot on, like on a bench, and then just relax the hip. You don't overdo it like this, but you just put your foot on and relax the hip like this. Here. Now all you do is like the tailbone, drop the tailbone. So it's an internal move. It's not like you're going and you're showing them, right? You're just doing this, look. You're doing this, but you don't show them. It's just the tailbone, you just drop. It's just like if you're gonna go, right? But don't. Before you shift your weight. But the only thing is look. Don't let them see any of this, so it's just this. That's it. This part of it now. So it's the difference of this. Look. Check it out. Having to go here or check it out. Just the hips dropped. Just the hip, nothing else, right? But I'm already ready to go because I've kind of it's like you've grabbed the By dropping a hip, you grab down on the right now. Or what I would do actually, I used to do this. I would go practice here and set my foot down on there without moving anything. Set the hip down. Now keep the hip down, but lift your foot up. My foot's not on it now. See, it's on it. You see that?
Okay.
So go here. When you do this, you got to drop the hip bone. You know, when you walk, one hip bone's always lower. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, people walk like this, right? When they get real old, they lose all their mobility, so they walk like that. And they can't turn around, right? But if you have mobility here, you can. When you walk, of course, so if you're trying to walk cool, right? We'll drop one hip, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just going here, drop the hip, right? You can't see much of a difference. It's just the hip. Anyways, so that's a long way to explain this, right? So when you're doing this, if you're here, if I'm balancing on one leg like this, I'm off balance. I'm double weighted, right? What I need to do, everything's the same, right? And I don't adjust here. I just simply drop the hip, like sit down here. Or you can drop this hip. All right, so you don't kick this way, you just kind of go, right there. All right. You want to keep this solid when you. All right. We'll get those moves. That you're already practicing that without knowing it, because look, make sure you do this on both sides when you practice, because it's the same move as this, right? It's just set it here, you're using the whole leg. We'll do that later. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself, sorry. But that's the way Tai Chi is. You always kind of go into a certain aspect of it or something that's not really part of the form, but just there's all this other stuff, like the hip drop. Being here and just doing that same hip drop here that I was just talking about with this, you do it here. Well, what it is, it's the black hole part, right? Mm-hmm. The inside of the circle. Yeah. So, anyways, let's go from here, here. Let's see that part.
Okay.
Good. That's right, like folds. Good. Draw the bow. As soon as the fists pass each other, yeah. Let it out, bro. So here, draw the bow like you're pushing with your leg, right? And then you're pushing with the back leg, and then turn your body. Here. But you let it go and stretch. It never locks. Like you never lock your arm, but you do straighten it. Which is, it goes even farther when you straighten it here. Loose shoulder and a heavy elbow. You never lock the shoulder. So it stretches like a bungee cord, right? That's what I meant to say actually on this move too. Even though to practice it, to get your center, it's good to, you do a static one where you're holding the center, dropping the hip, that kind of stuff. To really get solid there, so that when you get there, you're right without having to worry about your balance. You're already solid, right? But when you're using it, when you're doing the form, it never actually stops. It might slow down. So the energy is a little different. It goes like this. It goes here and it stretches. You relax the shoulders so that and you're settling the wrist, dropping the elbows, and it stretches. Stretch, and it comes back. You see that? So it goes here, here, here. It stretches, comes back. Same here. It kind of stretches. Later on, it'll help for locks and stuff, but that stuff I have to just show. It's hard to can't show that on the Zoom very much. Yeah. So yeah, here, and you're pulling pulling a bucket out of the water, out of you call a well. So you're pulling the bucket out of water, and then you're already pushing here, and then when it's on the way back, remember that looks like this. So let me show you from the side. Stretch. Here. Here. Same move, but with their hands open. A lot of people I know people who've done this for years, and then they only remember up to this part.
Really?
Because they don't practice so much. I just went and about a month or two ago went and talked to a friend of mine. I got into Tai Chi, was one of my boxers years and years ago. But he ended up being good friends with one of my teachers, and yeah, they're always practicing together a lot. But they forgot the actual whole form.
Oh no.
The first and second form, because they were working on just certain moves all the time and everything. So they had me go over and film me do the my teacher, my student.
Oh no.
Yeah. The key is you don't have to do, if you try to do it perfect all the time, try to do a perfect form, you're not gonna practice the form much unless you're really training a lot with people and everything. So it's okay to just do it. And then my teacher told me this, just do it, then you'll remember all the moves and that's your vocabulary, you know. But to get good at it, you do have to do what my other teacher was doing, which was one thing over and over and over and over. But we'll do that as we go. You end up just finding something that really works, that feels good, and that's what you do. That's the one you do over and over. When something clicks, and especially when you're doing a lot of applications or something, and then something works, and then you like realize what it was in the form, changes the form completely. But for now, we'll just keep on going with the form. Get the
Can't touch anybody
outside the frame. So, do you have any questions on this part? Let me just see you do from here.
Yeah, I got so many questions.
Okay.
The first one was, which you just answered, was from here. I couldn't remember which hand goes on top, but
yeah,
left hand stays on top. Cool.
Yeah.
And then
wait a second. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I'm saying that. Because here. So this hand doesn't do much. For the first half of the move, this hand just goes. It doesn't do anything. Right? It's this one that does. You turn, and really this hand doesn't do a whole lot either. I'm just turning my body. Look. Then this continues. So this does go. So I go. Let me see. So I'm going. Pow, pow. Okay. To the corner. Now look. I turn. Now the right keeps going. And now the left starts doing a circle. Now they kind of do the same thing. Now use the legs. Push back with this leg and push forward with this leg. So you go. Now you push this way. That goes. Your legs go here, here. Even though they're in one place, push, push. So you go. Use your legs to turn here, like you have a ball here. This is what you're trying to turn, not the arms. The arms are just loose. It's like you're going, but not quite that loose, but that's the idea. So you go here, here, here. Now, it stretches, right? On the way back, it does this. Looks like this from this side. It looks like this. Here, here. Now, this circles, and then it unwinds. Like that. The elbows, when you do elbows, it's not straight like this. It's like this, not too bent, but like here. Like this is where you're be locked, right? Someone could lock you. And here's straight. You're gonna be somewhere in between there. Just a little off. What it does is this. By just going, well, I've showed you before, right?
Yeah. Makes you
Remember,
sharper.
you hear it makes the needle.
Uh-huh.
It makes this thing like it's weird. It's really cool actually, because you go here, the way it works, it's almost like someone pulls your elbow in. You know, so you go, it creates this thing little, I don't know how to describe it, but it's really cool. It makes your energy go out. It's like I can try to fight you here, right? And it's hard, remember? It was, you could hold me back pretty easy, right? And then when I went through, right, that's what makes that elbow, that energy work. Or it also makes that little point. You know what I'm talking about, right? Remember?
Vaguely.
You do?
Sort of. Sometimes it makes sense, and sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
Some of them
We'll go over the
settle.
different angles of elbows
Okay.
later, but for now we'll just do these. There's an elbow energy, an exercise where you do a lot of elbows, but I'd rather just where you're doing this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides here. But I'll show you that later. For now, there's plenty of elbows in the set that for now first, right? So anyways, elbows. You wind up. Here. Now you're gonna come back, wind up, but this time it's just like the second time it looks the same as like or when you're doing these. Right? Except for you go lower. But you remember you're doing this all the time. So anyways, here. Use this to wind up. You want to wind up. Here. Wind up. Unwind. Now, wind up. Unwind. So you're saying basic things where now it comes back. And you can go ahead and it doesn't have to touch, but you can. To learn it, I think it's actually here real close, but I think to learn it's actually a little easier. But eventually you want to be close, but not actually touching.
Okay. So
let's see from here.
Okay. Here it's gonna come this way, and then to here, and then here, and back to here, and then I think it's this, but I'm not entirely certain. And then
no, you have it, but I'm trying to think what the best way to correct it. But Do it one more time. From here.
Here.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Just I'll just show you from here the upper body of it, so maybe it makes a little more sense. So you're going turn now. It's right here. Sorry. Here. Now. Shit. Let me make sure I'm overthinking it now. Now I'm not sure. Here. It's here. I wound up this side of my body, right, in this leg. I wind up, unwind. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So look here, you unwind and you twist. It's like if someone was standing right here, you knock them over your knee, right? That's not all you're doing, but you do that, right? It's like,
Okay.
There. Now, same thing. Now, here, I go here and hit them, right? Pow. But now let's say they grab your arm and you go around like this. So you go, boom, but now you can still turn and wind up.
Cool.
Now, do the same thing. Unwind. Oh, I'm sorry. Unwind. Here. It's the same thing. So you're here, and then you go wind up, unwind. Now, same thing. You're going to go back through, only now your step comes through. First, the hand follows.
Okay. So
Almost there.
Here, it comes here and then separates and then unwinds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then over here, same movement.
Yes.
And then
now
out.
Go through. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, the step was a little
heavy.
Well, no, that's almost it there. From this angle, so if I wound up, or wind up. Now watch. See my. The step is basically the same thing. It's just a step that goes like that. It's a little ahead of the step, so the step goes first and this catches up. So let's say you've hit somebody in the neck here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they come back, you hit them in the neck. Now you're wrapping around the back of their neck. When they're here,
right.
You're wrapping around the back of their neck now, right? So you go, boom. Now you pull them in to do one of those, like a chicken thing, because their body's still over here. Pull their head with you. So a little overlap. Later you do that little overlap fast. In the second form, right? So it's like you've got someone's head here and you right. And there's a lot of other things it's for other than that. Okay.
So here, where was it? Here.
Right here.
Here.
Just turn. Take your time. Slow. Drop. Don't turn too much, just a little bit. Now. As it comes back, so the hands are hold on. The hands go up.
Okay.
See how it goes through. Sorry. Where? Now it goes through and through. So this starts it, but this catches up, and they both go through. So they both go here, and they go like that. So they both go like that way. And this hand's gonna do the same thing, almost just a little delayed, but it catches up. Try that. Try one hand each. One hand at a time. So this one goes. So it goes here. There it goes. There. That's it. Because look. That was it. That was close. I don't expect to be perfect right away, but just the idea is you have this, like, right. It's not over exaggerated. You don't do this, but it's just like, oh, rolling your back. And then you push your foot through too. See, as I'm going here, I'm pushing the foot out like that too, sliding out. That's why this one's slightly ahead. Now they both kind of catch. This one kind of catches up, and they go more or less at the same time here. But they do the same move. This one's just ahead of it, and this catches up. Now this side is going to go. It's doing this, so it's going, and it does the same thing. It pushes through. So that's that reverse. The main circle, of course, is this. We've been doing that, right? Or figure eights. But here you're going the opposite. You're going this way. It's really good for you need it for which I'm sure you'll like later a lot, appreciate a lot more later is the because it's the counters to locks. Someone locks you up, right? That's how they lock you up, right? So you let that twist go, but you don't let them take you to a lock. But you do let them have part of the move, and then you go out. That's like a release. Otherwise, they keep twisting, right? Or you have to do something. It's harder to do the other ones when you're here because you got to be just right because they got you almost locked. But yeah, it's an escape. So it's like you're going. Someone locks you up, you escape this one.
Here.
I'm probably going too much into detail.
Here.
Yeah.
Here.
I'm probably going a little too much into detail, but so I'm just don't worry too much about it, but just that's basic ideas. Okay. So now my foot's down, this one catches up. So be real relaxed, and then it comes down to here, which is now. Here's the part where you're gonna go. You gotta remember you're hanging from a like a string. You're sitting down, have like a pendulum down here. So on one side, the other's dipping, right? But it's like a ball here. So anyways, you're in the middle for a second, but as soon as you get here, you're already like pushing back with this leg and pushing forward with this leg, right? To power this through. Use your legs, right? And then the other way. Now it goes. Now I push my legs this way, so I go here, right? And that's just a circle. I go circle, and when I get back to the circle, now it's gonna make a Q. So from this side, it looks like circle. And small cube. So, I'm sorry, circle, and then I forgot. You know, I'm sorry. I'm throwing the second set in there. They do it big. First set, I think it's easier just to here. It's called animal posture. That's good. It's more in front of you. On this one, I think. Yeah, not as in front of you. No, that's good. So this one, it's here. Now, think like you're underwater on these moves. Actually, oh, yeah, let me say one other thing about that move. It's kind of like another way to think about it is like I didn't realize this hot today. But so you're standing here. It's like you're a witch's brew, and right, you can't go like this, right? It'll tire your shoulders out immediately. So you use your legs. But it's a witch's brew, but it's something real thick. It's like it's hard to stir. You got to use your legs. Yeah. So that's just a good exercise to do by itself. You can actually do that on any part of the form or the set. Any part where there's a circle, especially in this part of the set, is partially why this is one of my favorite parts of the set, is because you can just get stuck in one move and just stay there for a while, you know. Because it's really about that, finding a circle and getting real comfortable inside that circle. See, so I'm using my legs to stir the pot, right? See that? Using your legs. And you actually gotta push into the ground. Your legs are pushing, pulling, right? So you're here. Right? So anyway, that's just one move. But you actually want to do it once in the form. You go here. So that's how you get power in the form, that you do this. Then you try to keep that same circle here and here, right? And keep that same, right? Same idea. But for now, yeah. This hat's too hot. That messed up hair for a second. So it's here, one circle, and then it turns into a Q. Now you're gonna go hands away. Same thing as like the elbows. It's not straight on here. It's a little bit of a curve. Just a little bit, not too much. Just less of a curve than before, but it's a little curve because it's not necessarily a punch. It's like a corkscrew. It's hard to describe, but here. Here. And actually, I'll go into those next week because I don't want to confuse you, because that was kind of a lot. Let's see from here. We have we still have about 8 minutes, I think. So plenty of time. Oh yeah, we got 8 minutes. That's fine.
From where? Here.
Way better. Easier, right?
Yeah.
Well, later on it will be. You wind up, shoot the bow, let the arm stretch. Wind up with the waist. Wind up the waist in one direction. Let's go the other. Yeah. There you go. Now leg and then the hand will catch up. Leg, head, yeah, there you go. And you're going to face me now. So if you were, well, okay, if I was punching here, I go here, right? Here, but then this is in front here. Same direction as the first King Kong. Not the second, but the first one. First, third, and the last one are all in the same direction. It's only that second one that's off.
So if I punched here, then I'm going back.
Well, no. I'm sorry. Not exactly. No. Sorry. So it's the same direction as here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now this goes to the corner, 45.
Okay.
And this goes over here. And then I go 45. Wind up, 45 this way. Boom, 45. Now,
45.
someone in front of me now. That was 45. Now someone's in front of me. They're punching me, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're getting behind. I've showed you this move. Get behind. It's my favorite move. Get behind the punch, right? Someone's punching you, and you get behind, right behind the elbow. You can pull them. Anyways, that's what you're doing here. Someone's punching you from here. You're pulling them in, and then you're grabbing the arm here. Pow. Now I'm going here, winding up, and unwinding 45. Now to the front.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a mix of 45s and front angles and stuff. Now all this is going to be to the front. All this next part of the form.
Here.
Yeah. It's a weird part of the form because you break all the pieces up and then put it back together constantly. So it's just it takes a little time. Do that again.
So from here.
Let me show you that part. One part. Slow it down a little. So it's. Like water, like you're underwater. Set the foot down. Really use your deep breath. Relax. Sit down. Relax. Sit down. Now you try to really use your legs to turn, get that circle. And then you turn. I did two, but it's only one circle, sorry. So it's actually one circle. And then Q. It goes circle, Q. If you're looking down, circle, Q. Don't worry too much about that part. Remember the Cabbage Patch. So it's not locked, right? It's more, this goes first.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing if you were stirring something, right? You wouldn't go, this is always going to be ahead of it if to have any kind of power. I'm pushing this hip and this hip, right? Same thing. You're pushing, just like a punch, you're pushing the hip through. Right? Push the hip through. Same thing here. I'm getting this hip out the way and pushing this hip through. Getting this hip out the way, pushing that hip through. See, so you're doing. Do that through the whole form, really. Right. That was actually quite a bit today. That's good. I was there at like 2 minutes. Let's see it again. It's in front of you. So you don't turn more than 45.
Mm-hmm.
Not even 45 probably. Maybe at the most 45. The Cabbage Patch. Oh yeah, that part, yeah. Good. Now from there. Actually, you know what? That's probably good though. I don't want to show you the last move last minute, and that's just gonna cut off. No, that was pretty good because we got from here. This got corrected. This was correction, and then yeah, you have all of this pretty good. Just remember here. I'll do it one more time. So you might get cut off in a second, but just see if that helps.